Welcome to another edition of the Entertainment Corner. I'm Paul Ortiz, and thanks for joining us. As you can tell, we're at the Crystal Cathedral, and yes, it's that time of year again. It's the time for the glory of Christmas. And with me is Tanya Durbin, a longtime friend of ours here on the Entertainment Corner. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
These times just fly by, don't they?
I know. It seems like yesterday we were just doing Easter.
Well, we were just talking. You actually do the glory of Easter and the glory of Christmas. That almost takes you year-round working on this production.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here pretty much 8 months out of the year. So I actually start Christmas in August at the end. We start going through audition process, and then we finish up. We have 2 weeks off, go right into Easter because we start at the end of January, and then we finish up in April. So.
What is the most difficult process? Is it the casting or is it the choreography? What's really difficult in this production? There's so many people involved.
Yeah, I mean, it can be both depending on, like this year I started working a little bit with the singers. So choreography for singers is quite different for dancing. That was a bit of a challenge, but it turned out really beautifully, and it was really fun for me to be able to work with them. But it can be the casting, because for the 2 shows it's easy to hire the same people because you've worked with them, and it's hard to let those people go and take a chance with the new people. I mean, so because you never know, you know, how it's going to turn out. But I would say the casting, because you have to have that turnaround. So.
I noticed earlier when you were working with a couple of the dancers that we had a chance to meet, you actually were singing throughout the dance choreography. So that must be part of the singing process that you're now going through, because you didn't do that last year.
Well, no. Well, you know, it's funny because Bradley Baker, who is one of the solo singers, I really wanted to learn how to sing, so
he's helping you out.
He gave me a few lessons. I have to say I'm dancing for a reason, but I do sing to the dancers, like their songs when they're dancing, because they can hear it a little bit better.
Does it help them with their count?
It does. I mean, I sing and count kind of together, so it's my special.
Wow. And this year, of course, we have the angels flying through the sky again, or throughout the cathedral. That does that change at all very much? Because I know the harnessing is so complicated. You wouldn't want that to change too much from year to year.
Yeah, you know, the only thing that really changes with that, it could be the choreography. But it's very light. We do have new tracks that we installed about a year or 2 ago, and they're rotating. So it's really cool to have more of a dimension with the angels, so they're more alive to the audience. But with the casting, I mean, the hard part about that is casting for them as well, because there's so many people that want to fly and that aren't afraid of heights. So
isn't that amazing, though?
It is, because I've flown before behind this backdrop, and my palms are sweaty, and I'm just, you know.
It's high.
It's very high.
Have you ever cast a male for this role?
I've heard through the grapevine that they had harnesses for men, and I personally have never cast a male. I don't know how the guys would do.
They'd probably be the worst ones. You know?
We'd have to, you know, that would be a challenge.
Right. Very interesting. And then, of course, you have the animals, and that's the biggest difference in this production. You have the live animals. You have so many live animals. And the difficulty, like we just met one of your dancers, Adam, and this is his first year working in this production, so he's never worked with live animals. So that's going to be quite a difference for those kind of, you know, people that are first timers within the show.
Well, it's funny because you have classical ballet dancers coming in, so we're used to, you know, the sets and the costume, and you know, it's a very kind of it could be a very elegant setting, and it's very humbling for them to come into the show, and you know, you may pass through something that was left there from the animal, and their face just, you know, goes white, and they're like,
that was my mark.
Right. And then
you don't want
you
to
know,
be there.
Yeah, and by the end of the run, you know, it's a very humbling experience, but they love the animals. But it is, I mean, animals have the right of way.
Of course.
You know, so.
And conditioning is such a big thing for this show. When you're doing 3 shows a night, especially only 2 hours apart, I would imagine, especially the first week or so, those dancers are probably a little out of breath.
We start in September. So part of the reason why I start in September is because you know, if I hire all these, I have a lot of new dancers this year, and they're all from different backgrounds. They're all trained differently within the same umbrella, but there's different styles that they're trained. So I take those months to bring everybody up together So when they're on stage, it looks uniform. So it takes time to get that look. And so we train them hard. I mean, they have 1.5 to 2 hour classes before we rehearse, and we rehearse Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So they're rehearsing months before we even open the show. So they're ready.
And they're not only rehearsing here, but I imagine at home as well. So they're probably in 3 hours each time.
And plus they're taking classes and training at their ballet studios.
Well, joining me now is Adam and Taryn. They're dancers in the Glory of Christmas, and thanks for joining me today, both of you. Kind of surrounded me here. Now, let's talk to Taryn real quick. I'm not going to offend you, I hope.
Go ahead.
Taryn, this is your second time here at the production. What brings you back this year?
I just love the show. It's such a wonderful experience.
Last year, what role did you have in the show, and has it changed from the second year?
I'm in the same position as I was last year, so I remember the choreography.
Is the choreography the same from year to year? Is that helpful, or is it just as challenging?
I think it's helpful being the same from year to year. That way I remember it.
Now, are you one of the local people that live in the local area that has seen this production for many years and always wanted to be a part of it?
Actually, I saw it when I was about in 3rd grade, and I remember just being in awe of it. I loved it.
What are the challenges that you see? And then there's, animals on stage too, so I imagine you got to kind of work your way around them as well.
Yeah, I love the animals, though. I always go out and visit them in between dancing, so.
Well, that's always a great part of the show. Yeah. Well, let's talk to Adam a little bit. You're actually a soloist in this production, and this is your first time. What brought you to this wonderful show?
I actually moved down here from Canada, and I'm originally a ballet dancer. And in LA, there's not a whole lot of ballet jobs, ballet opportunities. So when I found out about this job, I was kind of like all for it and just auditioned for it. So.
Now, you were part of the whole casting process, so how nerve-wracking was that?
It's very nerve-wracking to have Tanya and all them standing behind the panel, but it was good. It was a very good audition. I enjoyed it. And
tell us about your actual role in the show. What performance do you do during the production?
Well, I'm the soloist with the other 2 guys, so I just kind of like lead out the other guys. I'm like the front one of all of them, and yeah, that kind of stuff.
What's challenging for you in this show? Is there challenges? I would imagine any show there's challenges.
Yeah, this show especially. This show because, like, once again, like a lot of the stuff I do down here isn't really ballet, but this is so high demanding. You have to be in top shape for it. It's a lot of ballet, like a lot of good turns, good kicks, and you have to be like in top shape to do this, and it's a challenging show, but it's good to do.
Is there a challenge with the actual flooring? Because the stages we see is carpeted, and you're usually working on a wood floor.
Yeah.
Do you find that a different?
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's not that much more challenging. You just have to get used to it again. Just like you got used to the wood floor before, now you have to get used to this. So once your body's like good enough with it, then it's good.
Now, what about working with animals? I'm sure this is the first show you've done working with live animals.
Yes, actually it is, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to see the camels walking down and the sheep and everything, and having to like normally as a dancer you have like your spot and you go here, but with the animals it's sometimes like you might have to maneuver around your spot because they might be in your spot, so you got to be on your toes for it.
Well, it sounds like another terrific show here at the Crystal Cathedral. Before I let you go, I want to give you props because you just told me you were going to be in a film that's coming out next year with none other than Brad Pitt. Wow. You don't mess around. You just go straight to the top, huh?
No, my husband, I said, if there's anyone you'd want to work with, who would it be? It's, Brad Pitt. I would love, and I've been talking about this for years, so it was a fluke thing, so I'm really excited. So
very cool. And I imagine that was so different than what you're used to here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to meet Brad Pitt, so, that was a bummer, but it was,
be a part of that project.
And film and just, working on a film, it's similar but so different because they take the best parts of everything. But oh my gosh, I hope I get to do more in the future.
Well, we hope to see you not only here at the Crystal Cathedral, but hopefully on the big screen as well.
Thank you.
That's all going on right now at the Crystal Cathedral. We do have shows at 4:30, 6:30, and 8:30. And for ticket information, give them a call at 714-54-GLORY or see their website at crystalcathedral.org. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Entertainment Corner. I'm Paul Ortiz, and we'll see you again next time.